I recently made this very cute and soft floral rug for our bathroom. I used a 5mm hook and scissors are a must, but the tapestry needle is optional. This project only uses chain stitches, double crochet stitches, and slip stitches. First you crochet your base grid. Its only purpose to be a foundation for your double crochets later on, so it won't be showing. First you chain your desired length of the rug. After reaching the desired number of chains, try to hold your last stitch in the row or mark it with a stitch marker. First you chain 2 or 3, it counts as your first double crochet. I personally like to chain only 2 because my chain stitches are looser than they should be, so it depends on your tension and your liking. From here it's quite easy and repetitive. Double crochet and chain, double crochet and chain. In this clip you can see me chaining 2 and then double crochet in the 3rd stitch. Chain 2, double crochet in the 3rd stitch. But you can modify this number for your liking. The number of your chain stitches depends on your personal tension or liking. I think you should figure this out through swatches before jumping into the project. You should skip the same amount of stitches you're chaining. So in this clip you can see me chaining 2, skipping 2 stitches, and then double crochet in the 3rd one. Start your new row by chaining 2 as your first 2 or 3 as your first double crochet, chaining the additional number of your preferred chain stitches, and double crochet into the double crochets. Continue until you reach your desired length or width for the project. I decided to make a swatch with only 1 chain stitch between 2 double crochets, and it was the winner for me. I knew that my scrap yarn that I used for this project is not that thick. I made it with a smaller grid so that the rug can be more solid and not that see-through. It's okay to make bigger grid if you want it to be more see-through or you're using more bulky or bigger yarn. I wanted a really solid carpet with smaller gaps. You can definitely see the difference between the 2 swatches. It's easier to see what you're doing when you have a bigger grid. In my opinion, the more solid version looks more appealing. So I made a small grid for the rug and started to add flowers. For the flowers, I chose a random 3x3 spot on the rug and started with the middle of the flower. Find one side of the middle square and slip stitch around it. Then make chains. They count as your first double crochet, and make 3 more double crochet in the same space. You're basically making 4 double crochets in every space. I also hide the tail of the yarn as I'm going, so at the end you don't have to weave in those ends because you're already doing it while you're working. First I make the middle of the flower. It's a circle, more like a square. I'm working 4 double crochet in each space, and when I reach the last double crochet, I make a slip stitch into the first one and I start the petals from there. It can be infuriating when you find out that you are crocheting into the wrong spaces for a long time, so put your work down after a few stitches and just make sure you're working in the space that you want it to work into. I made 4 easy petals for every flower. It kind of looks like a drawing of a child in the kindergarten, but it's easy and simple, and when you're done with your whole rug, it's quite cute in my opinion. When I finish my last petal, I make a slip stitch to the middle of the flower. Then I pull my loop and cut my yarn and pull the tail through. I like to use a tapestry needle for weaving the ends in immediately. Of course, you can weave your ends at the very end of the project, or you can use a smaller crochet hook or a different technique. I prefer this method with the tapestry needle. I used green yarn for the rest of the space as grass and just wiggled it around. I hope this was helpful or inspirational. It's easy and exciting at the same time, and you can't really go wrong with it. You can come up with different kinds of patterns, and the texture is quite nice for a rug or for a blanket or a pillowcase. Thank you for your attention. Bye!